Everything is hello and good vok. Tonight we counted 31 days, BaOmer, and it's 4 weeks, 3 days, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. We'll talk a little bit, Mr. Shem, about like BaOmer tonight. Obviously, it is a prerequisite. First of all, we'll start with Sipurey Baal Shem. But there's one time the Talmid of Baal Semtov said, how come that, we are learning Torah and we daven, we do mitzvahs, masim tovim, and whatever that we request from HaKadosh Baruch Hu remains upstairs. And Rabbeinu, I mean, the Baal Shem Tov, his words are heard in Shemaim, and everything that he asks is accepted. How come? The Baal Shem Tov told him, I'll give you a marshal. Once there was a prince, Ben Melech, that he lost his way he came to a pasture. And the prince was hungry, and he was thirsty, and he was exhausted. So one of the shepherds saw him and took him to his house. And this shepherd was very poor. He didn't have what to honor the prince because he was very poor. So in the satchel of the shepherd was a very nice piece of cotton. So he put it on a table as a tablecloth. And then he put the prince on the floor, and underneath him he put a white piece of cloth. And that's it. That's all he had with which to honor the prince. He didn't have bread to put on the tablecloth, didn't have a pillow, didn't have a blanket. Whatever it is that he did, and he did it with great derech eretz and with great kavod. So when the prince came home, he ordered to bring that shepherd to him. And he put him above all his ministers. So everybody asked him, why are you putting them, bringing up so high of everybody? We always do whatever you want us to do. We do the utmost for everything. And so he says, all the honor and all the goodness that, I'm giving to him is just because he gave me a white tablecloth, clean white tablecloth, and a clean blankets on the floor. And this is what the Baal Shem Tov told his Talmidim. And understand these words, for they are very, very deep. The thing that we need to comprehend, and has to do with something that I'd like to read to you, about like BaOmer, is the fact that yes, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is requesting from you specific things, like these ministers. They told the prince whatever it is you tell us to do, we do. But there's one thing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you, that it is not quantitative. It's not a question. Obviously, the more you learn, the higher authorities you get, the more you can attain, and so forth and so on. But the main point is not that. what Baal Semtov told him is the one thing HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you more than anything else is for you to be you, to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with being you. You know, it is, there's a prayer where, I mean, we need things and we ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's wonderful. It's a great thing. We know who created the world, who is sustaining the world, and we're asking him for whatever it is that, that he's looking for us. But there is, sorry, we're looking towards him to get whatever it is that we need. We recognize our master. We do whatever it is that he wants. But there's another prayer. There's another prayer. This is the prayer with which Mashiach will basically have the entire world coming, eating from his hand. That is called Tefillah Le'oni. It's a prayer to a pauper, prayer for pauper. That when a pauper, feels in pain because he doesn't have, because he's in pain. Now we're not talking necessarily just, pauper in financial terms. I'm talking about spiritual terms. And he comes to Kodesh Baruch Hu, and he doesn't come with complaints. Why are you doing this to me? How come you know this? How come you know that? Whatever. It's not that. He's just talking his heart out to Kodesh Baruch Hu. It's just that. And it's a close and intimate dialogue between a pauper and a Kodesh Baruch Hu. And that pauper is me. And that pauper is you. Because if we take a real close look at who we are and what we are, we just come to Kodesh Baruch Hu and tell him, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have Yud Shemayim, I don't have Torah. I keep on stumbling into things which I should not, and so forth and so on. But you're sharing it with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Whatever it is that when you're being you, you're asking for Kodesh Baruch Hu, it's not that the prayer is the tool to be used for the end of getting what you want, but is getting what you want is the thing that enables you to pray. It's the subject of what you're praying about, but is the prayer, that's the intimate connection between you and the Kodesh Baruch Hu that counts. This is a tefillah. It's called tefillah's b'chinas chotem. This is a very deep concept in which Rabbeinu speaks with Haran in Torah base. And this is the way that Mashiach will pray. And he will teach the entire world this kind of intimacy between a creation and his creator. That's what the world was created for. And this is what I'd like also to read to you about Lag BaOmer. And it goes, like along the vein of the same thing, pretty much. And this was written, forgot the name of this particular person, but he writes as follows. Just a second. Just give me a second. Dance, my son. Dance. Why did you stop? You were dancing for a long time, happily and with vitality. Why did you stop? Maybe a doubt entered your heart. Maybe you're thinking about Do you actually belong to my simcha? The embarrassment is showing on your face. You're angrily wiping a tear of emotion that suddenly came into your eye. You doubt its veracity. You have important questions. Am I fitting to be happy in the simcha of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? What's my connection to him? What must I accept upon myself in this amazing day in order to be more connected? Maybe I'm just disturbing. Maybe Rabbi Shimon is busy doing the tikkunim, and I'm just foiling things up. I'm just disturbing. Well, these are important questions, my son. And it is befitting for you to write them down. So, my son, take a piece of paper and write upon it all your doubts, all your wonderments, all your guilty conscience, and add onto that all the cynicism, and all the mockery, and all the self-judgment, and all the self-flogging. Write everything down. Don't leave anything out. Now take a little match, light it up, and burn this piece of paper. Say, "V'chvod Atanu Eloki Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai." There's no bigger cover than this. Now, my son, let your doubts float away. Just let the questions be. Today is the day of my rejoicement. Who would I want to rejoice with, if not you? So come back to the circle. You belong, you are fitting, you are connected. So dance, my son, dance. Dance in my simcha. Believe me, you're not disturbing me, even more so. It's dafka through you that I shall reveal and do everything that I was hoping for while I was in this world. Yeah. Through you, using you. The poor guy that, well, every one of us knows who he is or thinks he knows. Dafka through you, the one who's so far, the one who's so bewildered, so wrong, so confused. Dafka through you, a great revelation will come. This world, the entire world is a mystery. And you too, are a great mystery. So dance, my son, dance. There are moments that are greater than all your thoughts about yourself. There are moments that you are included in the great mystery. Just let yourself go for a few minutes. You'll have enough time left for doubts and for guilty conscience and all kinds of sufferings that you cause yourself. Now, it will be in Lag BaOmer, it's time to dance. Circles and circles of life, good and bad, mercy, judgment, truth, and lie. They're all entwined together and become one secret. So just let yourself be included and lose yourself in these cycles. Dance your soul, my son. Just dance your mystery together with mine. Enachinam, yeah, fortunate are those who have managed to grasp my secret, even without knowing it. They are standing with the merit of my secret. If it wasn't that secret, they would be lost in the wilderness of infinity. It is my mystery, it is my secret that brings them into a circle. My secret is their secret. My secret, says Hashem Baruch Hu, is your secret. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. So let's take a quick look at the Sichos for this week. Sec, and here we go. This is Sicha 307. As always, right on time, right to the point. Regarding that which the world says, every single year, that now it wasn't, they don't make them as they used to. This would be so much better. There were, like people say that in the previous years it was better. And that's, people speak like that. And in the previous days, things were cheaper, and also there weren't such billionaires the way they are today. So even today, what a simple balabais has to spend on groceries is bigger than the rich people of yesteryears used to. That tzaddikim yesteryear is so much bigger than today. Today you can find the kind of great people that you could find yesteryears. And Rabbeinu says, how much more so you should know. Kodesh Baruch Hu conducts the world better and more beautifully all the time, better and better and better. It's easy to look and see, how things used to be, and because you look at it, with a 2020 hindsight. You remember nostalgically the good time and the bad time. When you're feeling bad, you're only looking at the bad time. When you're wondering, like, the difficulties that you feel today, you forget the difficulty of yesterday. The beautiful stuff, how simple life used to be. There were no smartphones, there was not this, there was television. Okay, there was television. And there were movies. I mean, the Kodesh Baruch Hu is conducting the world more and more beautifully all the time. He's conducting your life more and more beautifully all the time. So we'll finish B'ezrat Hashem as we're getting into B'ezrat Hashem into like BaOmer with one simple resolution or realization. If you're actually looking at who you are and what your life looks like and what is expected of you, it is very easy to become discouraged. In fact, it's almost impossible not to become discouraged. The challenge is to trust the Kodesh Baruch Hu and to lean on the merit of the tzaddikim, like Rabbeinu HaKadosh, like Shimon Bar Yochai. What you need to do is ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please bring me close to you. Help me do what I need to do in this world for you, for this world and for the world to come, by me and by others. I'm trying to do whatever it is that I can do. And just trust the Kadosh Baruch Hu, leave it up to him. Leave it up to the tzaddikim, like Rabbeinu, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. They know what they're doing. And just calm down. Let go of the self-criticism, of the doubts, and the judgments, and whatever it is that you have about yourself. Just let go and dance. The dance is not an opiate. The dance is emuna pshuto, simple emuna, in the koyach of tzaddikim, in the koyach of Kodesh Baruch Hu. You want to serve a Kodesh Baruch Hu? Kodesh Baruch Hu knows that. So why are you so frantic? Why am I so, hysterical? Because I don't really trust the Kodesh Baruch Hu as a man. If I'm not, you need to do what you need to do. But hysterics. Reb Shimon Reb Shimon is, that's what the Gemara says. Reb Shimon is worthy to be leaned on in a time of distress, physically, emotionally, any which way that you can think about. Not Hashem, a big simcha, like BaOmer, a great week, a great month, a great year, and a great life. Call to another great week. Shkoyach gadol b'zat Hashem v'zecher Mashiach to see Mashiach b'zat Hashem sooner nowadays.
Amen.